This is my life. What's up, all you savages, and welcome to the video. I'm Jason. I'm the man with the pen. I'm also a recovering addict. So welcome to my life, and I hope you enjoy the sometimes shit show, sometimes motivational, the always delicious, and the usually sore, because I act like a 12-year-old. This is Savage Skeletons. So I'm an addict in recovery that lives the keto lifestyle, goes to the gym, and listens to motivational podcasts. Also, this is how my mind works. That brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack, kids. I currently live in the northeast section of Philadelphia, and I love my adopted city. It's such a classy city. They're just a little bit passionate about their sports teams here. Oh, and by the way, I'm a Giants and Yankees fan, but don't tell these guys that. Let's start at the beginning. I grew up here, the Pelham Parkway area of the Bronx, right down the block from the world-famous Bronx Zoo and the home of Regis Filming. I grew up hanging out on this corner, good old Barnes and Lighting. I had a childhood like most of the residents in the Bronx, spending summers in the Johnny Pump, the park, and my first love, skateboarding. Yeah, these guys were my heroes. No wonder I'm all screwed up. I spent my teenage years working here. This is John and Joel's. In my opinion, the best pizza place in the Bronx. Well, to me, that means the world. You know how us New Yorkers are about our pizza. Anyway, this is where I developed my love of food in the food service industry. An industry I would spend the next 35 years of my life. Trust me, on cheat days, I eat a whole ass large pizza pie. After finishing high school, I spent the next 4 years here. This is SUNY Delhi, and the culinary school where I would begin to learn to be extremely creative with food. My whole life, though, I always felt apart from, not really a part of. Not that my family and friends didn't love me growing up. It was just I didn't love myself, nor did I even know who I was. When I was around 10, I smoked some of the wacky tobacco for the first time, and I found was able to get myself out of my head. Life, especially college, was fueled by a series of smoking and drinking nights in my fraternity house. My love of cooking, it kept me from failing out of college. And I graduated with a degree in restaurant management and the culinary arts. I set off to make my name in the restaurant industry. I did pretty well as a chef in the New York City and surrounding suburban area, earning some well-deserved accolades. I worked my ass for these. I had children and got married. Yes, in that order. My ex-wife and I wanted to have the whole white picket fence suburban dream, and we both worked hard at it. But I had this amazing, uncanny ability of getting too drunk on special occasions, and on Tuesday and on Thursday, and make an ass out of myself and her. Pretty sure I embarrassed my kids a few times too. Did I mention I love motorcycles? This love almost killed me. Like, for real, for real. One day, I was headed to my mother's house right off Allerton Avenue, and wham! A woman in an SUV ran me right off my motorcycle, and I was introduced to these. Well, thanks to Dr. Feelgood, my insecurities and pride, I couldn't tell the woman that I loved for 20 years I had a problem. Not that she didn't know. Hell, everyone in my life knew, except for me. I lost my job as a culinary teacher and director of a culinary program, a series of jobs after that. And when my ex-wife finally had enough, who could blame her? She threw me out of the house. I spent a few more months with my newly found bachelorhood and started doing even harder drugs. Not like I was being a good father or a good man for that matter. I lied to people, I cheated, I stole, I did some terrible things just to get the next one. And when the rubber fell off of the wheels that fell off of the car, I pretended to surrender. I struggled and put together some time sober. And then the world shut down. Isolation is the worst thing that can happen to any addict. And I made the worst of my time in isolation. I spent the next 2 years in and out of the rooms of 12-step programs. But I started this YouTube channel as a way to pass the time. I fooled around with it. I didn't take it very serious. But I've always had a love of telling stories and the visual medium of telling them. I decided to take this seriously. And I learned a few editing tricks instead of just standing in front of the camera talking. So, mash that subscribe button. Take a journey into my head and take the hardest journey of your life and try to do some self-improvement. I will make mistakes. I will fumble. I will miss deadlines. I will battle my demons. But I promise to you to be my authentic self as I learn who I really am. If you like a comeback story, you're gonna love this. We got fitness, food, my stupidity, and a whole lot of motivational quotes. Because for me, these things are life or death. Because if I get high again, I don't think I'll make it back. I got another run in me. I don't think I got another recovery. But this is savage skills.